All right. John called me. Robbie, Indian John here. This is the message he left me.
Let's hear it.
Hey, what's up, man? It's Jonas. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. I just woke up. Got fucked up last night. I was going to come through with my cousin Romulus and Edgar. And still got about 3/4 of this bottle left. And Edgar said he has a couple pinners. Fucking smoke some pinners and drink this whiskey, get whiskey drunk today. And then tonight, I'm going to need you to spot me like 50 if we go out. I'm going to pawn a couple of space heaters and a bike tomorrow, so I'll pay you back. So I'll be buying like half hour, get fucked up, smoke some pinners. Later.
Poor John.
Get whiskey drunk.
Oh, yeah. Whiskey drunk.
Straight from the law-abiding biker media studio.
Out of sunny Yakima, Washington.
We bring you another episode of the
#1 listen to motorcycle podcast.
We're in your head.
We're in your head.
We're in your head.
We're in your head.
Shall we do this, boys?
Let's do it.
Good.
Oh, yeah. Here's our normal intro music.
I like it, though.
It is badass, huh? Yeah. It's frickin' sweet. That's right. Welcome back, all you freaking bikeaholics. This is the podcast for the motorcycle majority. The Big MM, also known as the
99%.
That's right, Robbie. In the house. That's right, guys. By listening to this very podcast, you are part of what we call
the biker revolution.
Yeah.
Bitches.
Yeah, dude, that was sweet. Right on cue. And I wasn't even expecting it, dude. Nice. John, we got one question for these folks out here. What are you waiting for, freaking bikeaholics? Mount up. Let us take you on another wild-ass ride. John, are you ready for the show?
I'm ready for the show.
Because we're ready for you. That's right. Welcome back, everybody. Ryan Erlacher here, your host of the Law Abiding Biker Podcast, and of course, your
high-tech redneck.
Yes, in frickin' stereo. Let me move this monitor so I can see both of you a little better. Sorry, I was blocking you there, John, there. A little better? I can see you now. I like to make eye contact with my new victims in the studio.
That was for old time's sake.
That was not a sound effect. That was real life.
I think it's been a while since we've done that.
Somewhere in the world, it's afternoon because it's 11 here and we're drinking beer. But somewhere in the world, it is afternoon, right?
That's right. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
Isn't that the rule? Yes. So we have got quite a show. We are live on Blabosphere. We're waving to you. That's right. And Robbie,
what up?
We got a new victim in the studio, dude.
We do.
It's been a while since we had a new victim.
He may get violated.
Indian John, it's good to have you here, buddy.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Yes.
I think I'm still glad to be here. All this victimization
We'll ask you again here in about a half hour.
All right.
So, John, we gave him all the rules of the podcast here, and a lot of you patrons out there, if we got patrons in the house, know John because he's been riding with us for many, many years. And I just have a wonderful... There's two ways I could introduce John here because everybody gets a song, dude.
I've got to do both.
I think we've got a cool John and then we've got Indian John, dude. I'm thinking we're going to do Indian John, dude. John, can you dance or anything for us with this?
Well, not with this headphone on. Get my feathers and whatnot.
Just treat the headphones like a headdress. You'll be fine.
Does get you. That's a toe tapper, isn't it? Gets your feet going.
It really does. I was listening to it this morning. It's going to start raining or something in here, Robbie.
Hey, I tell you what. On our way up, Robbie had a unique experience. So I'm riding my Indian, and we end up with the only other bike we see on our way up here is another Indian. Shoot, Rob, I think he was scared. He was about ready to circle the wagons. He was surrounded by a couple Indians.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Desperate times.
And we are not just teasing. We call him Indian John for a reason, not only because he rides an Indian, because he is an Indian. Did you like the opener there?
I love it.
Have you heard that before?
I have heard that song before. Yeah.
Yeah.
You bet.
He's played it a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
On his Indian riding up here.
Oh,
sweet.
Yeah. On the drums, too.
Now, I got a badass song for you, John, but that's for later when I feel like it's time to play a badass song. for him, but we're going to leave you with that one right now.
Well, thank you for the intro.
You're welcome. I thought that was very fitting. So that's, whether you like it or not, that's kind of like a nickname. That's your song. And you don't have a choice. So every time from now on we talk anything, because we talk about you on the podcast before, without you here.
Yeah, he's listening.
I've heard
Yeah, right. And of course, when we refer to you, that's what people are getting. Indian John. You like it, Robbie? Or
I do.
Should we keep looking? Or you think
No, that's good. That's good.
Because I played with that last night and this morning trying to figure out something for him. So, all right, guys. So today's episode, before we get any deeper, is the main topic is going to be, we have an upcoming, we do a yearly ride, our group, I should say, between Law Abiding Biker Media and, of course, we're all involved with the Sworn Few Motorcycle Club, LEO Club. And so between the two, club members go, and then we have friends go too. And so that's coming up here in June. And this episode's actually going to get, it's live right now via Blab, but it's going to get pumped out quickly because it's time sensitive. So I talked to Lurch. He's our producer editor, and he's going to make sure it gets out. We've got some information for patrons. We're going to be in certain areas at certain times. And
Hi, Lurch.
hey, hi, Lurch. Smack your lips. We has to edit it.
No, I don't want to do that. He's going to edit that. He hates when I open my beers on the mic.
Does he?
He's going to edit that out.
He will. He will edit it
Will
out.
you guys quit doing that? That was in the early days, though. So we'll see if it stays in or not.
Yeah, you'll see. Yeah,
Yep.
you'll know.
He'll already have it edited out by the time he gets to this conversation.
Right.
So he's going to go, oh, bastards.
Yeah,
What?
exactly. Yeah, he'll go back then and go, damn it, I should have edited that out. He is a audio snob, and I love it because he has really taken the reins when it comes to editing this audio and getting it squared away. So, yeah, we're going to talk all about Colorado coming up, and just kind of a BS session. We got, obviously, John in the studio, and we never did Speedy over there. I didn't give you an appropriate welcome.
That or Simple Man, I did.
Yeah, we
One
did.
of the two.
Yeah, both, dude. And you know why, John, we're playing that, of course, because you've been the recipient of that blaring in your ears when he's riding next to you, huh?
a couple of times.
Just a couple times. Or at 6 a.m. when we're all groggy and we all got coffee, and all of a sudden Rob's already got his bike started, about a half hour waiting for everybody to get their stuff on their bike, and he's revving his bike playing Simple Man, just twitching over there.
I don't even have to play it anymore because everybody else plays it now.
You're
just
right.
to screw with me.
They pull up next to you. Yeah, with it on, dude. That's awesome. Awesome. So, Robbie, you plan this as usual. You're the ride planner extraordinaire on this trip, and we're going to go through, obviously, the ride planner, because you did it on there, and we're all going to put it up in our GPS systems. The boom box for me. Mm-hmm. Yes, and you got
I got the old Harley version, the Zumo 650, I think it is.
which actually probably works a hell of a lot better than.
I don't know. It has taken us on a couple detours.
You're correct. That's before you updated it, though, dude. I was like, you
Oh,
got
yeah,
to.
shit.
When did you update that? Oh, I've never updated it. I'm like, oh my god, dude. Yeah, that was by.
I need to update it again before we go. It'll update automatically when I plug it into the computer.
Oh, yeah, right. Where was that? Utah.
Well, no, we've done it a couple times.
Yeah, but when we
were
got
coming
lost.
into the hotel in Missoula, we took a little detour last year.
Oh,
That's
that's
right.
right.
And then there was 3 GPSs telling us to go 3 different directions coming into Tahoe. And then you finally just said, I've been here before, and just went. We followed you. It was the right way. Well, it was the quickest way.
Right. I just said follow me because I
Yeah.
could see it, and that it was direct.
I think the other routes would have got us there, but it would have took a lot longer. So that was a disaster. And then, I don't know. But there's been a couple times.
Yes, it is updated now. though.
Going through...
you did update it.
Going through Oakland.
Yes,
We
that's
didn't
right.
take the most direct route to the freeway. We rode through the ghetto.
Oh, dude. Yeah, dude. Ended up in the freaking ghetto, dude, at Oakland,
Yeah, that's all right.
O-Town.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sweet, dude.
And then
We like living on the wild side.
it wasn't the GPS's fault, but trying to figure out where to park at the Golden Gate Bridge, we got lost.
Oh,
That's
that
when we
was
scared the poor little Asian folks.
That's right.
Thought that we were trying to steal their car.
They're moving their cars and crap for us.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
like,
it's a
yeah,
mess.
really, we're a nice club. You don't have to do that for us.
Yeah, they thought the outlaws pulled up.
No doubt, dude. Oh, John, what do you think? You've never actually been on a mic, so you ready to do this? I mean, you've been in the studio. You've toured up here before.
Yeah,
Didn't I
I've
bring
been-
you up here? Yeah, I thought so.
Yep, I've seen the studio. I've never been on mic, and so this is definitely a new experience.
Yeah. Well, you sound like you've done it for years. All
Oh, yeah.
calm and collective over there.
He does have a face for radio.
Yeah, I do, don't I?
Yes, he does. All right. Well, let's just, you know what? I'm very excited to announce, guys. Absolutely, because on this trip, before we get started in this, and we are live on Blab, guys, don't forget lawabidingbiker.com/live. Hit the sign up list over there in the upper right hand corner. The only emails you'll get is when we're going live. I send you an email. There's a big, huge button that takes you directly to the live event at that specified time, and you can live chat with us like these folks in the chat room are right now. So we appreciate them being in there, and I see Robbie is chatting back. We'll try to monitor that for you guys, but have fun in there and enjoy yourself. And of course, this will always come out in regular podcast format at a later time. This one is in the hopper to come out next because it's time sensitive. So what I'll be taking along, one of the items on my trip, of course, is the travel pack bug slide. And you will all be getting yours too, because we are very excited to announce that we are carrying bug slide now exclusively in the Law Abiding Biker store. That's right. Do not ride without the slide, Bikeaholics. Bug slide, tried and tested by the Law Abiding Biker crew. It is our number one right now go-to motorcycle cleaner and has been for years. Bug slide cleans, shines, degreases while removing bugs and other surface contaminants with ease, guys. Try it, use it on your motorcycle, car, boat, and more. Never need to wax again. Isn't that nice, Robbie?
That is excellent. And you can actually look like you have a decent bike after day one of a trip.
Yes, correct. With the little travel pack and the rag that goes along with it. That way, you just clean her up a little bit. That's right. The release agent in bug slide contains a UV filter for added protection. That's right. I know for a fact dries crystal clear with no yellowing, no buildup, no powdery residue. It's free, John, of any abrasives.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, I knew you were. On all non-porous surfaces, including paint, chrome, glass, of course, vinyl, leather, all that stuff, guys. Just spray that shit all over your bike and wipe her down, and you're good to go. We believe in it so much, we carry it in stock right now in the Law Abiding Biker store. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Big Daddy Kane over there has it ready to ship direct to you right now. 3-day flat rate.
You forgot the www at the beginning of lawabidingbiker.com.
Yeah, dude. It's just, I love it. You know somebody's new and they're like, hey, read that right there. http://w. Yeah, dude. That's awesome. But we are excited, and I kid you not that is in stock and ready to go, and it is actually going quick. It's going so quick that me and Rick did not quite plan. Just like our biker grippers, we've learned to order a ton of stock because it goes quick, our stuff in our store right now, and we're having we're getting better at keeping up. Rick's way better than I ever was at keeping up stock, but we didn't know how Bug Slide was going to go, and it just went live like a day. We had it ready to go, but it went live like a day ago, and we're like out of stock, and we already had to put in an emergency order and get a whole bunch more shipped to us because, yeah. But that's good. That's
good,
guys.
Good problem.
And, the only other thing I'll say about Bug Slide, because this is its debut, because this is the first episode that will come out where we announced it, is we will tell you guys, be careful. You can go over and try to get Bug Slide in Amazon, and I'm not just telling you this. We researched it. And you'll see, do not get fooled by the free shipping on Amazon. There's no Bug Slide on Prime, but there's Bug Slide with free shipping. We tested it just because we were doing some market research. And if you get free shipping on Amazon for Bug Slide, you're going to wait well over 10 to 15 days for shipping. It's great free shipping, but they don't tell you that until you buy it. And then they say, oh, by the way, here's your shipping number. And you look, and it took, I think, 13 days for it to arrive. We guarantee we will ship it next day, and flat rate 3-day. You'll have it in your hands. And for the same price as Amazon's charging, we're charging on our store. So just know that.
Wow.
And of course, any sales go directly to support this very platform, John.
Platform.
Mike. Talking to Mike.
Yes.
The platform is the whole Law Abiding Biker.
Right. Sorry. He was confused about
He
that.
thought he was diving off a platform at the pool. He wasn't quite sure.
And so, of course, you can find us on the World Wide Web at lawabidingbiker.com.
Yes, attaboy. All right, just remember, center fire, Mike. Talk right in that bed. We want to hear that.
Fire.
Yes, that's that voice we want to hear. All right, John, we are excited about this trip. Now, why don't you tell the little debacle on trying to get this thing together? Because this was not going to happen at one point. This has been weird because usually every year for the last 3 years, we've been solid, right, on the trip, and we're doing it, and whoever can come. And yeah, this was kind of a weird one, huh?
Right. I think for the first time, everybody kind of had conflicting other things that were competing for your time.
Wives.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And then,
Wives telling you you're not going.
yeah. And well, you need to do something with us and the kids sort of things. And so, life is starting to happen and it kind of drawing all of us different directions. And so it's been a challenge to put it together.
Were you excited when you finally found out that it was a go?
Oh, heck
Me
yeah.
too.
Heck yeah.
Because I'm like, it's tradition. We got to do. And if only 4 of us can make it, only 4 of us can make it. I'm okay with that. And I was texting Rob, and I know Rob too had a lot of stuff going on, and I get it. I started prodding Rob via text, like, are we doing this thing or not? And I know some of the issues, with that, but I'm not going to lie. When Robbie finally said it was a go, just the 4 of us, I was freaking ecstatic.
I'm pumped because it's, I've been to some of these areas before, but
oh, you have, huh?
Yeah, but never on a bike.
Okay. Why don't you? So you've been through it on a car, just not a bike, so it's going to be a whole different experience. Obviously.
Oh yeah, for sure.
When did you go on a car? Family trip or something?
No, I took some police explorers to Fort Collins, Colorado for a conference once, and then I've been through Salt Lake 3 or 4 times, and then the second half of the trip we've done before. Or the last 2 days, I guess.
Oh, yeah, right. Right. Why don't you up front, Robbie, talk to the patrons here. So why don't you, Rob, just go with it, or John, I don't care. Let's go with, kind of before we go through our travel routes and kind of what we're doing, why don't you go, let them know how they can get a hold of us and basically when we're going and the patron stuff for patrons, how to do all that. You know what I mean?
Well, this is going to be a Monday through Saturday trip, so mostly during the week, late June, and admin@lawabidingbiker.com. You can email us if you're interested in meeting up. And
then I'll forward the email to Robbie because he's good at this. I'll just forward it to Rob.
I'll contact you. Or if you guys are in the Patreon group or whatever, you can Facebook me. We'll get squared away as far as meeting up, and you can ride with us any day. We will have a day in Colorado, probably north of Denver a little bit. That'll be a specific day for patrons if they're interested in meeting up. Maybe we'll do a 2 or 3 hour ride. We don't. It's our one kind of rest day in the middle of the trip, and we probably don't want to be on the bike all day. But we'll do a couple hours, and then we'll probably have a couple beers. So you're welcome to come to that too.
Yep, absolutely, well said. And if you want to know those exact day, or you're thinking about, we're going to do all that over email with you guys, or like we say in the private patron group. And we'll work out details if that's something that you're even interested in, possibly, riding with us at some point. But like I say, we're not going to work that out on the podcast, or we'll work that out with you personally, so we know who we're talking to and all that kind of stuff. So
right before we let you in on our trip details.
Yes, before we let you know exact dates and all that kind of stuff and times and stuff. But it will be coming up here in mid to late June, and it's the 4 of us. What's up?
Not messing with the camera.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Just the 4 of us. Speaking of this, yep. Mm-hmm. John.
And so the patrons can
talk to the mic.
Patrons can get a hold of us via the internet on admin@lawabidingbiker.com.
Atta boy. Love it. That's our direct email. And then, like I say, I'll forward it out. And of course, the private Facebook group too. You're a member of that, John?
He doesn't even know what Facebook is. Shit, are you kidding?
Now, I do, but I lost it on my phone.
Sorry.
Yeah. Now, if you send up a few smoke signals, I'd probably get it. I'd probably get it.
That's true. That's true.
Not on not an Android phone. I don't know what happened. I lost it, Robbie. I lost it.
Way to joke about yourself. And hopefully you guys don't take offense to our Indian stuff. We're not. We tease him all the time. And it's lighthearted, so it's good fun. Yes, he is really. We're not just calling him Indian John. And yes, he does ride an Indian. And what year? 14.
15.
That's right. It was a 15.
Yeah.
You just bought it. That's right.
2015 Chieftain.
Tell him about your bike, Chieftain.
Yeah. So
before that, it was the Virago, dude.
It was the Virago. Yeah.
I miss the Virago.
I do miss the Virago because we teased you about being an Indian, and we teased you about riding that damn Virago like a fighter pilot, dude. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
His all hands are up in here. We go by him, no hands. Remember, we're like, just like 2 joysticks, dude, because the handlebars are all close in.
Definitely different size bike. I tell you what. Yeah, that's a 1987 Yamaha Virago 1100. And
nostalgic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Panty dropper. For sure, dude.
Oh yeah, fuck. I mean, it barely handles 2 up, but damn, dude, that Virago,
Dude, panty droppers.
Oh yeah,
and-
we had to ride behind him with batons, just knocking chicks
in
off.
Frisco,
Shit.
dude.
Oh yeah. Well, that was guys in Frisco.
Oh, yeah, right.
But that's beside the point. They like those old school leather bags. On there.
That was a one for Robbie for sure. Oh. So you do not have the Virago anymore.
I do.
You do. See, I forgot you did keep it.
Yeah, and so I
Yeah,
rode
I-
it just a couple days ago.
Did you?
Yeah,
Just,
oh yeah.
just keeping the oil splashing in her, huh?
What do you think when you get on it? You thinking, holy shit, bikes have come a long ways.
Oh,
How did I ride the 7-day trip?
no doubt. You know, and just the positions of the control positions
Yeah,
are
from
so close
Cary.
in compared to the larger bike, the Indian. And
Right.
It's just 2 different worlds.
Yep.
And
So-
that Virago was a pretty advanced bike in its day, but boy,
Yeah, 1987.
yeah.
I worked on.
Had a throttle and a brake. It was amazing.
Oh yeah, I worked on old Indian John on getting a new bike forever, and it wasn't until his wife said, "You're going to go all the way to Sturgis. You're going to break down. Those guys are going to get pissed. You need a new bike." And his wife told him, and then apparently she has more clout than I do, so he went and bought one.
Yeah. Well, and then what happens is that she told some other guys that we know that are also fellow riders that she gave me permission to buy a bike, and I hadn't done it yet. Boy.
Yeah, I heard that. I was like, you have the green light and
Yeah.
you have not purchased a bike. Are you freaking serious,
Yeah.
John?
I started getting hate mail and threat letters that I was going to have my man card pulled if I didn't.
Hate mail.
Started putting curses on people.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
let me send the spirit world after you.
That's right. All right, John, we're going to have to pull your man card if you don't buy a bike. Now, got the old lady's permission. So
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, John, that's awesome. And you love that bike, don't you?
I love that Indian.
Yep. It's only been dropped about 5 times.
Hey, but only at low speed. So
Robbie can't multitask.
I'm listening.
I said he only dropped that bike 5 times.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Okay.
those are little tip overs. Well, there's a
Little
substan-
tip over. hey, it's nothing Chewy hasn't done. He's
Oh, jeez. Yeah, true. At least he didn't try to throttle out of a throttle out of going over. I was going over, so I just tried to throttle out of it.
okay. That works sometimes
You're right.
at like 30 miles an hour, but when you are
Correct.
from a stop
On
that is
gravel.
bad advice.
On gravel.
Oh yeah, what the hell he was thinking there?
Oh, this is my. So yeah, how many miles the Indian got on it now? The Chieftain.
little over 7,000.
Yes, nice. Speaking of, do not forget we have our premium for purchase Indian oil change and maintenance video we did right on John's bike. Head over to I don't even have the URL, but head over to lawabidingbiker.com.
/ Indian oil change.
Is that what you think it is?
I have no idea.
Let's get it for the audience. It's a very popular video because there's not a lot out there. So Indian oil. I'm just using the search bar on the website, guys. I'm lawabidingbiker.com. Upper right-hand corner, there's a search bar. This is the results. It's that quick. I typed in oil change. So if you want to do your own research before emailing us, it's the easiest way. We did a bunch of videos. See, there's your change, reset, oil. Oh, right there. Look at that. Easy to follow step by step. How to perform routine video. It is lawabidingbiker.com / Indian maintenance is a direct URL.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. I liked yours better. I could change it.
Indian oil change.
Yeah, Indian oil change is not bad. So here's what I'm visualizing before we get into our trip. And this is just a BS podcast anyway, so this is fun.
Well,
I love these ones.
We already started talking about the trip.
I know, but I'm going
Okay, go ahead.
to talk about this because we're talking about his Indian bike.
All right, go ahead.
And so here's what I imagine. Once we pulled his man card, dude, told him to nut up and get it, he went down and bought it. And I bet he felt empowered. And being an Indian and riding an Indian, this is how he came in buckskin briefs. No, let's put a helmet on him. Buckskin briefs and a helmet on his Indian, feeling empowered, dude. And this is here he pulls into pulling in at his wife, just looking at her, dude, shaking his head in his Indian briefs. Helmet on. Neighbors are looking at him, dude. That's me. He's pointing at me while the song's going. This is his empowering song. You want me to play this one mostly, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
You need this on your playlist on your bike.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, we have to, dude.
Oh, yeah. This is Tim McGraw, by the way.
For this trip, that's a must.
There you go.
Dude.
My theme song.
That is freaking sweet. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, and I gotta get a video of that. Can you wear the Indian briefs? Just the buckskin briefs?
He's gonna have to
And some
You're gonna have
tassels.
to make a trip to the Indian store for that.
Do you have tassels on your chaps, dude? That's what we
Oh
do.
yeah, we're gonna get them all set up here.
John's just gonna come across here and kill me, dude. He's gonna strangle me. He's over there looking at me like, "Are you gonna stop?"
His wife's probably listening, going, "What the?"
Yeah, are you serious? Why do you hang out with those jackasses?
Oh, yeah.
Why do you call them your friends?
And then she's going to wonder how did these guys know I have tassels on my...
She's gonna go, "How did you're not supposed to show them those buffalo briefs."
Oh yeah.
Oh, sweet. All right, let's hey John, what do you say? This episode made possible. You, along with us, absolutely love these patrons, right? They're the reason this thing exists.
Absolutely.
Why don't you give a shout out to some patrons here?
You know, we'd like to give a shout out to patrons Steve Shumate of Charlotte, North Carolina, Shane Cruzan of Ashland, Missouri. Those are top. Now, are those top tier?
No, just him, Shane Cruzan.
All right. And Darren Folks of Liverpool, Australia.
Shout
all
out
the way
Australia.
around.
Australia.
All the way around the world there. Big shout out to
Fosters.
those folks. Also, now, what's the deal with Kim?
Sometimes when they, depending on what level they sign up, they don't put a last name for us, so I don't know a last name.
Well, here's a shout out to Kim.
Question mark.
Question mark, question mark.
Don't know your last name, of Mound, Minnesota. Pat Savage of St. Albert, Alberta. One of our patriots from Canada.
Yes, we have a lot of them. Love those guys up there.
All from
And,
Alberta, most of them, seems like.
A lot, yeah.
And then Kelvin Raeford of Cary, North Carolina. Top
John?
tier.
Absolutely stellar job. Lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, Patreon. Get involved, take action, make sure that you help us move the biker revolution along. That's right, guys. They did take action. You can sign up,
We appreciate it.
pledge per piece of content. No risk. You can put a monthly cap on it. We so much. And that was a stellar job, John. That was probably the most professional patrons announcements we've ever had in this studio, because the rest of the guys, you actually said names right and stuff.
Well, we think.
Chewy's over here like Kelvin Raeford, and then he poor Chewy, dude. I'm always like, that's Kelvin Raeford, Chewy. That's what that is. So hopefully, actually, we didn't mutilate it, but he even put a little. Did you see John even put a little voice inflection in it? Important when you're podcasting. Pat Savage.
Oh, yeah.
Nicely
Yeah,
done.
I love that last name. Okay, nothing against anyone else, Kelvin, by
Right.
the way, we apologize for that, but we're just using it as an example. But,
Pat Savage.
You betcha.
I like it. Well done.
Alberta.
So you never
And-
know who's got a voice for radio or podcast here. Forget radio. Radio's
it's
dying.
It's just like Robbie said, I have a face for radio.
Yes,
So
true.
I'm in.
Absolutely. Love it. Let's move. All right. So you guys know the trips. You know how to get a hold of us. We're going to move right into. Now, we used Ride Planner. We love Harley Ride Planner. I have a video on Ride Planner. If you want to learn how to use it, lawabidingbiker.com/Ride Planner. And you can learn how to use it. And then I show you how to export it and then upload it right into your boombox system. Or if you're running an external GPS like Robbie is, a Harley-Davidson approved external GPS.
Oh yeah, gotta be.
It's proprietary. You can't take Ride Planner maps and upload it into some non-Harley approved. It's only the ones they sell. Harley Davidson is branded, right?
Yeah,
And then
it's
Zumo.
it's a Zumo, but
660s, I think.
it's made by like one of the big. It's like Garmin or something makes it.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're right.
But they have it comes up with the Harley logo when you turn it on and all that stuff.
Right. Yes, exactly. And then you can upload it right into there, guys, and you've got all your waypoints and your day set out. It's absolutely awesome. Again, lawabidingbiker.com/Ride Planner. I'll teach you how to use that. John, you don't have the Indian. That's one of the things that I wish they would do. They don't have integrated GPS in it.
No, they don't. And that is definitely a drawback. And more about Harley Davidson's Ride Planner. It is a very, very good program, easy to use. Hey, I own an Indian, but I have to take my hat off, give props to Harley Davidson for that Ride Planner.
Hey,
You're talking to a guy with a flip phone,
Yeah.
and he can use Ride Planner.
Oh yeah, and during the trip,
he watched
you just
our video.
You just follow the Harleys when we get on the trip. It'll be fine.
That's
Jeez.
what I do anyway.
Robbie's on fire. Just yeah, that is now. Do you have a GPS, an external on your bike? Have you done that yet? You just follow the Harleys for real.
For real, and I have pretty good cellular service most places where we ride, and I just
But not a work
got
phone, but
I just
Put it in the biker gripper.
Yep, put it home.
Oh.
Yeah, you talk about awesome piece of equipment.
Host is always thinking, see?
Now, for real.
he's
Now,
trying to
all you
sell them
listeners-
constantly. Indian John's trying to sell them to everybody.
I know he loves it, and I
Because
appreciate
it
that.
works.
Exactly. The freaking thing is the best on the market. It's not a joke.
And it is not a joke. And I'm not saying this because a law-abiding bikers selling these things.
Right.
They work. Everybody out there, everybody that's listening, these things, honest to God, work. I'm telling you what, we've been over some many thousands of miles, rough roads.
Yes, we
I live
have.
on a gravel road. That thing never shakes off. It's never dropped the phone, not once.
Chewy
And-
crashed his bike and it stayed in the holder.
Yes,
Oh,
we've
yeah.
been through 2 crashes. I high-sided and it stayed in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Very,
Which
very
it shouldn't
well
have. Yeah.
very well made, and it works. And I'm it's got to work sort of guy, and that works.
Yep. Awesome, man. Yeah. There you go. Real life. And I appreciate you. Yeah. Telling people about those. Word of mouth is awesome. And those sell like crazy. That's our number 1 selling item in our store. lawabidingbiker.com/store. Get hooked up with a biker gripper. You can work metric, Harley, American. You can put them on Indians. We've got all the bolts come in the package, guys. Depending on which model you're using, they'll get you hooked up. So yeah, there you go. Ride planner. Robbie made this one. Have you been into this trip, John, at all?
I have not.
It's okay if you haven't. Did he send it to you?
Yes, he did.
Okay. So let's just go through here, Robbie, and dive into the meat and potatoes of our trip. So again, you patrons know if you want to hook up with us, you'll have to just get a hold of us. We're just gonna go through the basic route that we're gonna do. Let's just talk about what do we got going on day 1 here, Robbie?
Well, we've done some riding on the West Coast. We've hit Montana, we've hit Oregon, we've hit California, the coast, the central back up to home. So we decided it was time to get out of Washington, Idaho, Oregon, California, and western Montana. So we're going to head to Utah. So first day, we're going to ride to just north of the Salt Lake area, about 650 miles.
650 miles north of Salt Lake.
No. 650 miles from home. It's about an hour,
I was going to say
north of Salt Lake.
I see what you're saying. Okay, I was going to.
You'd be
Okay,
in
that's
the Yukon-
different than
you'd be
what
in
I
like the Yukon or
That's what I'm saying. I was like, I looked at this and that's not what I'm seeing. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So we're going to ride from the Yakima, Washington area to the, we'll say, Salt Lake area.
It looks like we're hitting, I'm looking at the ride planner map here, and it looks like we're hitting 82 down. We're going to drop 82. I see there. We're going to drop 82 all the way past Tri-State. We're dropping right into,
And then 84.
yeah, once we hit the border, right? Oh, no.
No, you come down to that T there at the bottom of your screen. 82 goes into Oregon a little bit, about 12 miles.
Right here?
Yeah. That's where you
Okay.
get on 84.
Right. So we're dropping 82 right into the Oregon border and then getting on 84.
Correct.
I got you. Roger.
And then 84 takes you right to Salt Lake all the way.
And that is, did you mention?
Well, no, go back.
Yeah,
What's that Y there?
I'll zoom. Tell me where to go.
To the right.
Okay.
Keep going. Keep going.
And we're looking at Eastern
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
now.
what's the one that cuts down to Salt Lake there? Zoom in, way in.
Oh, zoom way in.
Yeah, now go left.
Oh, you want
What's
to
that
see
one
it.
there?
That is 84, which is weird because 90. See the Y. So we're going to be on 84.
And then what one goes south? I can't read it.
Yeah, it's
84 goes south.
84.
Oh,
goes,
okay,
this is
84 goes south.
goes
And
south.
then 90 goes continue. Okay. So yeah, so we'll cut 84 down to Salt Lake. And that's
Oh, this would have turned, if you go straight, Robbie, it turns into 86.
okay, and that goes through like Pocatello and stuff. I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're going to maintain 84.
Okay, yeah. So
basically.
down to just north of Salt Lake in the area of Logan.
And if
Okay,
I can
right
add-
here.
Yep.
Now, this is some freeway riding, and a lot of
Oh,
times
good call.
we try to avoid freeway riding because you just don't get to see the countryside like you do on the 2 lanes, right? But I got to tell you, 84, Interstate 84 from, say, Pendleton area, eastbound,
Talking to my-
is beautiful road. Pendleton to Idaho border on 84 is beautiful country to ride,
Yes.
even on a freeway.
You're right.
And
Good
when-
call. You've been through there. Yeah.
When you're going 650 miles, I mean, you got to eat some ground anyway. You know, I mean, if you're on 2-lane highway, there's no way you're going to get that in a day.
And you wanted to do it this way, right? Make our first day. This
big one.
This is all good tips for the community, right?
Yeah.
Because we're fresh. Our ass is fresh.
Yep.
The bikes are fresh. Our undies are fresh.
Let's rock and roll.
Yep. And so that's right. Don't you agree?
I've ended trips with, like last summer, I did 3 900-mile days to get back.
Iron butt, Rob.
And that was brutal.
It was even for you.
Yeah.
Thank you for admitting that.
It was a long day.
3 in a row, 900 days, John.
Yeah.
That's hardcore.
That is hardcore.
And I don't mind riding hardcore, and you do it if you have to. You had to.
Right.
But even Robbie can outride most people, and even him to admit that takes a toll on you.
Yeah, it was. I didn't look at my bike for about 2 weeks. Actually,
Nice, dude.
About a month later, I got on my bike and rode 1,023 from Yakima to Vegas.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
you just took a break, dude. You're like, I'm unassing for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm just my bike's sitting. But that was from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to Yakima, Washington.
Okay. So. Yeah. Sweet. All right. So that day let's move on. We're in, so we're going to Logan, Utah. What, I have not had a chance, Rob, so I'm just asking. Usually before our trip, I'm going to research all these cities and I'm going to find out about them just to see what's in them and what, and I make notes like I did right here. I just haven't got there. What's in Logan, or was that just a great place to stay?
I'm going to guess there's a Church of Latter-day Saints.
I haven't even looked at the population or anything, dude.
I have no idea. It was
okay. So it wasn't strategic other than mileage.
We wanted to stay a little bit north of the populated city of Salt Lake, so I figured we could stay up there without going down into Ogden, Salt Lake, all that stuff, and then we could 2-lane it in the morning a little bit before we got back on the interstate. That was my thought.
Okay.
If we stayed down in Salt Lake, we'd have went right back on the interstate. And I thought, well, if we stay north, we avoid the population, and then we can have a little bit of a 2-lane.
See, good ride planning strategy, though. This is the stuff that's cool that a lot of the audience likes to hear you talk about. So,
because that second day, there's going to be a decent amount of freeway as well. And that is going to be boring ass freeway in Wyoming. There ain't shit out there. There ain't even a tree for 1,000 miles.
Is that right?
Oh, it's horrible.
It's just
there's
flat.
It's antelope.
Yeah, you'll see some antelope and you'll see some fuel plants.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like
it's bad.
So Logan.
Right.
Well, we always find something to do, obviously. We'll eat dinner, have some beers, but that's going to be a long day, and smoke some pinners, get whiskey drunk.
Yeah, we'll be
play music, get whiskey drunk in the hotel room.
We want to be on the road by 7:30 that day or something.
You can't keep a straight face when that's playing, can you?
Go ahead. We do want to be on the road early that first day. It's going to be a long day.
Yes, you're right. And so you've got us, second day, you've got us up and out at 8:30 hours. Why don't we move in?
Those times are on there specifically for one person on the trip.
Hey, if
really?
And that one person, though, the good thing is their enabler is not going.
So what Rob's talking about is my enabler, because me and Lurch tend to like to sleep in, and Lurch is my enabler, and he's unfortunate. We didn't mention it's just me, Indian John, LD, right here in the studio going, and then the only other person is Jeff.
We need to play a soundbite of his. Something.
Yeah, dude. I don't even know.
The cell phone one.
Oh, yeah. I'll have to find it, dude. We'll play it before it's over, dude. Right. Yeah, I don't even have it. So
start searching that.
Yeah. Oh. Jeff. Old man. Yeah.
Old Man River.
Old Man River. One episode, one episode, Jeff.
Yeah, one episode and done. Couldn't handle it.
He got whiskey drunk.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why. And he smoked pinners.
Do I look like I'm okay?
Oh, yeah. Shit, that's my favorite story. Oh, God.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Jeff from the North Coast. So just 4 of us, yeah. So, yes, I actually have no problem. Yeah, we'll be getting up. We did that last year at Sturgis. We
had some long
days.
We
rocked and rolled, and we were up early and just going. I am saddened that not more guys can go, but I get it. Life's busy. Maybe next year, the bigger we get, that's just, there's always going to be guys that can't go, but man, yeah, 4 of us.
Be a good time.
It's going to make a lot quicker though, getting up and out of places and restaurants and moving.
Are you kidding me?
We can be efficient.
The one guy, when everybody gets gas, and then we're like, all right, we ready to go? And there's one guy in the group that's going to go,
hey, I need to smoke this pinner here.
Yeah, he's going to go and light his cigar. And we're going to go like, fuck. Okay, well, there's another.
Who are you talking about?
Mate, I wonder. I'm like, couldn't you have been hauled ass up to the front, got your gas, and started smoking right away? Oh no, 5-minute BS session, and then when everybody's ready to leave, then he starts his cigar smoking.
Dude, I need a smoking chamber for my bike. Because if I get on my bike and try to smoke it, it just burns it down too much, dude. I need a smoking helmet chamber.
Yeah, like in your full face, just hotbox the whole helmet.
That'd be sweet, dude. Just hotbox it, dude. Oh, God. Okay, let's move right into day 2 here.
All right. So day 2, we're going to north of Denver. A cool little town I went to one time, and there was a lot of breweries, and so I thought, we need to check this out. Again, I need to take the guys there. So that's where we're going to be spending 2 nights. So we'll have a free day in that town.
In here?
Yeah.
Fort Collins. Okay, gotcha. So
Sorry, Fort Collins.
Yeah, okay.
So we'll have a free night in Fort Collins.
And there's a cool bar there, you know of?
Fat Tires brewed there.
Oh.
Downtown is a lot like Ellensburg. It's a college town, but there's like tons of breweries downtown.
Nice. Nicely done, Rob.
Oh yeah, this is
he looks out for us, doesn't he, John?
This isn't no bullshit deal here. I mean, this isn't some fly-by-night operation. All right, fuck. So we'll be spending 2 nights in Fort Collins with the free day. So when I went there last time, I whitewater rafted and did a bunch of stuff, and there's a lot of recreation around there. So if that free day we wanted to go screw off or whatever.
So what you're saying is
we could go on a couple-hour ride, but that'd be a great day for patrons to meet up with us.
Okay. On that, again, get a hold of us. We'll let you know the day if you want to.
Yep.
So what you're saying is we're staying that night, and then that night, and then that day, the next day, we've got that free day.
Yep. And then we're spending a second night there.
Yes, because then I get it. I get it. I'm tracking.
And then the next day we'll be riding up to Jackson, Wyoming. So
let's talk about this, Robbie or John or anybody. 7 hours, 15 about ride. So 4:55 that second, right into Fort. So from Logan to Fort Collins, from Logan, Utah to Fort Collins, Colorado, 455 miles is what you clocked it at on Ride Planner.
Yeah, it's just a rough guesstimate, but yeah.
And that's mostly freeway riding.
Let's look at
about 2/3 of it, I think. Yeah. So you got that. That's all 2-lane there.
Is this a mountain range we're going through?
Yes.
Okay, so we're getting right out of Logan, Utah.
We're going to be going up through some like ski resort towns and stuff right there.
Oh, really? That's cool, dude.
I believe so, yeah.
That's cool.
Boy, that is some non-straight road. I love it.
And then
you're
go
right,
up,
John.
pull down a little bit.
Pull down,
Yeah, look at that along the lake there and stuff.
Oh, we're going right. This is Bear Lake.
Yep, and that's on both sides of the border, I think, with Utah and Montana.
Let's look at the borders here. That's actually all.
Oh, that's Idaho.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Wait,
yeah, that's Idaho.
Is it Idaho?
Yep.
Sure enough,
it should have been. I should have been thinking Wyoming, not Montana, anyways. But yeah, it's Idaho.
Okay, so we
won't go back into Idaho, but we close.
Yeah, and so that's in the northeast corner of Utah.
Yep.
And then we'll be riding into Wyoming.
I see.
And then
and so yeah, you're right. So Bear Lake in Idaho here. That's cool, dude. Look at those roads, John. I like all those curves. That's some badass. Look at that.
Yeah, it's not straight.
That's some badass
and those
action.
Are sweeping curves, so those will be fun to ride.
Yeah, and that lake is going to be beautiful.
And then
Bear Lake. I wonder if any of your people are there, John.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, shit.
They're
just canoeing and shit all over the place. Fuck,
they'll be playing it straight up, rocking right by Bear Lake. My people.
Yeah. Right.
We're gonna have to stop for some peyote or some shit.
It's not good. Oh, we're in the spirit world, asshole.
So we're then we're coming back down on the interstate after that.
Okay, dropping down.
Yep.
Onto the interstate.
And then here I want to talk about. Well,
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, so we'll get on the interstate, and that's going to be boring. And I'm guessing in Wyoming it's 75-mile-an-hour speed limit.
I don't know.
It is in part of Idaho and that northern part of Utah there. So we'll be motating. I'm sure we'll be moving along pretty good. And then,
probably pretty sure.
Yeah, probably pretty sure anyway. And then the question
good possibility.
is it probable at this point?
So all you Wyoming state troopers out there that might be listening to this, this is, of course, all just for entertainment. The entire
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it's shit. When the speed limit's 75, I mean, you could set your cruise at, just under 80 and be right. I mean, that's moving.
Oh, yeah, right.
It would, for cruising speed.
Making time.
Yeah. So the question is, and Jeff Sargent and I have talked about this. where we're going to cut down to Fort Collins. So there's a couple different options. So we decided that that's going to be a that day decision.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Zoom in a little bit.
Yep. Tell me where.
Okay. Move to your right. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay. So zoom out just a hair. Now drop down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go down the other way.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. You want to see it down here. Oh.
Okay, stop. Okay, so Steamboat Springs.
Uh-huh.
See that?
Oh, right here.
We may come down and go through Steamboat Springs.
Really?
Yeah, and we may not. It depends on time and how we're doing. So if we're making good time in Wyoming on the freeway, we may cut down and take a little more 2-lane. But if we're not, then we'll just, that's, like I said, that's a that day decision.
Because that just takes us a roundabout.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying. It's going to take a lot longer.
Yeah, oh yeah, big time.
Look at all these roads. These are all state routes, dude. And we have to,
and they're going through.
we'd have to wind
state
up here
parks
for it and yeah, there's no straight through, right?
No, not at all.
So either go down here and cut through Hot Sulphur Springs. Oh, this is your country. Dang, John.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Are you just Red Feather Lakes, dude?
Yeah. I tell you what.
Oh my God! Did you see the names of these things,
Oh,
Robbie?
yeah.
How fitting is this?
I did
dude?
not.
Red Feather Lakes.
Fuck, we're gonna lose John. He's just gonna pull off and fucking stop.
Yeah, I'm gonna be off the res and
Vision Quest.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Yep, I'll be on my Vision Quest out there. Now,
Yeah,
look
go
at
ahead.
those roads. Look at those roads around Fort Collins, all those 2-laners. I'm so excited because on our free day, we can pick these roads, okay? And it just looks like, just looking at the map, you can see that there's got to be awesome riding in that whole area, practically, 3/4 around Fort Collins. West and north and northeast of Fort Collins looks like beautiful riding, 2-lane road riding in that area.
Right.
I'm excited.
Getting claps for that right now as you're talking about that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people are clapping for that.
Yeah, that day ride, we could do all kinds of stuff. I mean, I've never ridden, I guess east of there. I've never been in that area at all. Where a whitewater rafted was west of Fort Collins, and man, there was a road that we took on the bus up to the starting point. Man, it'd be dynamite on the Poudre River. It's Poudre, I think it was.
Gonna get me some pooter.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You talk about a Vision Quest.
Oh, good one for John. Like it.
So yeah, there'd be excellent riding around there. And I spoke with a Patreon a while back, and he was talking about a ride that day. However, the ride we were talking about was about an 8 or 9 hour, and I'm not sure I'm committed to that on my day off.
See how right. And thanks whoever that patron was.
I'm trying to look it up.
That's fine. Appreciate that. We may or may not. But that would probably be a good day. Now, is there anything, again, I haven't had time to look up Fort Collins. Anything like really big that we can
Breweries.
look? Yeah, bro.
I'm not shitting you.
That's awesome, dude. Well, okay. There you go. And you said that. Right. So there we go. So it's probably, it might be a day of visiting breweries.
It will be.
It will be.
When I went there the one time, it was just tons of breweries. And I was like, oh, I'm all over this deal.
Sweet, man. Sweet. So yeah, I guess we'll decide what we're going to do when we get there. And John, if we want to go on a ride, because you're right, there are a lot of cool roads around here. And we could even do a short ride, a couple hours, just for the day, just to get out and see some of it.
Right.
Limit it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Look at that. That's that looks Rocky Mountain National Park, dude. Because if we hit that, like you said, Rob, if we decide Steamboat Springs, you can end up going right through the Rocky Mountain National Park, dude. I don't know anything about Rocky Mountain National Park, but I'm sure it's beautiful.
Oh, positive is just got to be beautiful.
It's gotta be.
Yeah,
absolutely. Sweet. All right. Anything else on that before we move on?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to move on to...
Yeah. So now Fort Collins, about how far is that north of Denver?
45 minutes, hour.
Really?
Yeah, not bad at all.
Here's Denver. Yeah. We're not going in Denver at all.
No.
Nope. I've never been to Denver.
Avoid
Saying. Okay. Yeah.
You can go down there for the day if you want.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
Actually, see, there, John. You ever been in Denver?
I have not.
Me neither.
I have.
Have you? What do you think? I mean, it's a big city.
It wasn't bad. I went to a baseball game down there. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. That might not be a bad. We'll talk about it,
and that
John.
could be a day where a couple guys go one way, a couple guys go the other.
Correct.
I know Jeff has some family in that area, and he may be meeting up with them on the free day.
Oh,
Yeah, he told me that, so we may lose him for the day.
okay. Well, cool. It gives us options,
Right,
and I
for sure.
like having options. All right, so free day. What are we doing now, Robbie? We're heading into the fourth day here.
A fun town I went to once with my wife on a bike ride.
Okay, let me stop you right there.
Please do.
Now, when we leave on the second morning, it's kind of like a later start, right? I mean, you're talking about breweries and whatnot.
Oh, 0800. You can manage that.
Oh yeah,
I didn't put 630 on there.
dude, you're used to it. You function that way, don't you?
He cannot ride his bike under a 04.
Get up, blow some buckshot all over, and get on my bike. 0800, John. You're gonna. Oh, there you go.
You need a couple pinners first.
That's right. Just also you need is a printer,
And we can flex that. This is an area I haven't really. Well, some of it'll be the backtrack on the freeway, but there'll be some area I haven't ridden here coming into Jackson Hole from the south. But I went there with my wife. 5 years ago.
Jackson.
Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Mm-hmm. And we loved it. And then I took the guys there 3-4 years ago.
2 years ago, wasn't it?
No, it was
3.
more than that.
No, yeah, you're right. You're right. It was.
And we had a blast. So Ryan missed out.
Some of us had a blast.
Yeah, Ryan missed out on that. John wasn't riding with us quite yet. Yeah,
I was there.
yeah.
Me and Lurch
You
just had some other business.
Yeah,
to
you were
take
a little
care of.
tied up on
You were a
some
little
stuff.
tied up. Yeah,
I was there in spirit.
Ryan was tied up to the
I
bed.
love it in spirit.
Ryan was tied up to the bed. Lurch was doing I don't know what they had going on.
Oh my god, dude!
And then and John wasn't there. Jeff
That's all you heard from our room.
was Jeff there on that?
Lurch.
Jeff was there, I think.
No, Jeff was not.
He didn't go on that trip.
No,
Oh, that was before they
correct.
started up their club. Okay, so
Correct.
I'm sure Jeff's been to Jackson Hole, my guess, but
They were prospecting as a chapter at that time.
and Lee's the only one that made that
In
trip.
Jackson Hole, they mined gold there, right? Oh no,
Dude.
you're talking about club stuff, not actually, gold mining.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
That's a fun town. There's a place called the $1 Million Cowboy Bar, and the bar stools are saddles, and the amount of famous people on the walls that have been there. It's Robert Redford has a ranch there. I mean, it's a neat little town.
There's money.
yeah, all big
Some
time.
money there.
That's awesome. And here's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be there, right? And so you
yeah.
talk
So-
about famous people and all.
Oh yeah, and that town's gonna be just turned upside down. It's gonna be a shit show. But no, that's a fun place, and so I wanted to get Ryan there, and I wanted to get Chummy there, so
I
they
appreciate
have an
that.
opportunity to check that place out. The
I
two times I've
appreciate
been there, I've loved it.
Riding into that was
Riding out's the best part.
riding out was
That hill?
amazing.
Oh
Yeah.
man, yeah, just a great place.
It was just breathtaking and just cool. Yeah, I don't know what it was about that. But okay, so we're going to spend, that's a 447 miles, and we're coming out of
Fort Collins.
Yeah, Fort Collins. And
Yep.
so 7 hours in the saddle, longer day. Of course, we got to stop for cigars and beer, and we'll motor through on that pretty good. Just some
we'll
quick
be fine.
breaks. All right. Hey, with that said, you know what, John? I'm telling you right now, we love our patrons, don't we?
We do.
But we never, ever balk at a flat donation if that's how someone chooses to support us. We'd like to thank those people. Why don't you do that for us?
And for your donations, we'd like to thank Pamela Kaby of Crestview, Florida, Jay Gardner of Philadelphia, PA, and Doug Donnelly of Bowser, British Columbia.
There you go.
Beautiful British
Canada
Columbia,
again, huh?
Canada. Thank you all for your donations.
That's right, guys. If that's the way you want to support us, of course, we don't balk at that. lawabidingbiker.com/donate. Go there now. Take action. Help put a little fuel in the Law Abiding Biker gas tank so we can keep this thing heading on down the road for you guys. Mm-hmm.
Doug, I'm working on getting us up there in the next year or two. Our summer trip.
Yes.
I really want
British Columbia, Canada.
Yeah.
We
British
do.
Columbia and Alberta. I really want to get up there. Tons of patrons and,
Dude,
and donators. And
that is going to be
beautiful
crazy.
Beautiful country.
Because
Beautiful.
yes.
Absolutely beautiful.
And the Canadians, dude, are so involved in the private Facebook group, the patron only, and they're freaking, they donate, and they're patrons, dude. You see them on here all the time, dude. that's going to be, we're going to have to take some time because those guys we're going to want, I mean, they're motivated.
We're going to do
I want to meet those guys.
the trip that Popeye and I took. I just bought my bike, so it had to be in 2012. And it was amazing ride. Amazing. Probably one of the most scenic rides I've been on, even, including the last couple of years. It's beautiful. And it's the one that when we went to California, Oscar left us early to do.
Oh,
with
right.
the family. Go up through Banff, Revelstoke. I'm telling you guys.
Oh, and I can't wait till you plan that, Robbie.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
We need to do that next year, I think.
Let's just plan on that next year.
That'll work. Next year, Canada.
Oh my God, there you go. And really, we're going to have to plan that because we want to get as many guys up there as we can of the crew to meet up with the patrons up there. Because those guys, even those guys, remember, came down and John and all those guys came down.
Oh, yeah.
And met us in Sturgis from
Yep.
Canada. I mean, those guys are just, a lot of those folks up there, man, just really have helped build this law-abiding biker community. I mean, they are a huge integral part. So I can only imagine, depending on what areas we're going through, that we're going to have to take some time to just chug a beer with them. You know what I'm saying?
Bowser's on Vancouver Island.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I don't know if we'll make it over that way, but he could sure meet us Highway 97 up in maybe Kelowna or maybe like Salmon Arm, somewhere in that area.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's going to be an interesting one to organize, Robbie, for you. For sure. I can't wait to see what you do with that. And then, like I say, with the free days or whatever we do up there to meet up with patrons, because those guys are so hospitable up there. It's amazing. And then the guy that just fixed my website is from Vancouver Island. He's like a rocket scientist WordPress guy. And he's already like, hey, they're so hospitable. He's like, hey, because he understood my website. He's like, oh, your Law-Abiding Biker website podcast. He has a podcast too, but he's a website genius. And he fixed it when it went down. And he's like, anytime you're up here, you have my personal cell number. You call me. We will make it happen for you. Accommodations. I'm like, I'm not saying that doesn't happen here, but it seems like it's really from the people that I've met up there. It's like, holy cow, man. They really want to meet people.
Yeah, I've got quite a bit of family from up there in Canada. And you think we drink down here?
Oh,
Holy
dude!
shit.
When I go to police conferences and the Canucks come, dude.
Oh fuck!
Holy!
They don't mess around,
dude. They'll drink. We go to the firearms conferences and stuff. They come down. You're like, holy dude! Those guys can frickin' drink you under the table. We're not generalizing, but
they're out of control. I go to a wedding or something up there at the family. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, you're drinking at 9 a.m. the next morning still, all night. I'm like, Jesus, dude.
John's like, they ain't got shit on my people. John's like, it's going to be a challenge, dude. John's going to take his folk up there.
We're going to have a whole fucking train of natives with us.
Off the res.
We're going to get arrested in Canada.
They got reses up there. We'll have to find one. We'll stay on one just for you. I don't know if it's safe, but we'll
do some TP creeping.
Real shit show.
Oh, this is out of control. Okay. So, Robbie, Jackson, that's going to be fun. And we're looking at 7-hour day, probably 9 by the time we get in there. So we have a little time to chill out there at evening and go to that cowboy bar.
I'm thinking that's going to be a late night. Last time we went there, it was a late night.
Yep.
So next morning, maybe a little flexible.
Cool. And I can't wait. And this whole trip, guys, as usual, I'm going to do a vlog and I'm going to do a documentary as much as I can on the entire trip, and hopefully my GoPro doesn't get stolen. Yeah. And I'll be taking some actually a little bit more advanced video gear on this trip just to get some really cool stuff. Because I know a lot of you were disappointed that I wasn't able to put that out. So it's a lot of work, but I think it'll be worth it. So, all right. So what do we got going on here, Robbie?
The Jackson Hold the Home, we're talking about splitting into 2 days. I unfortunately have a engagement Saturday morning, so I may be going about 700 that last day to get home.
Ouch.
Or at least getting to I don't know if I'm going to be going home or if I'm going to be meeting the wife in like the Dalles or something. She has some work stuff down in Southern Oregon, and so I'm gonna meet up with her, jump in the car, leave the bike either at PD somewhere in the I-84 Gorge corridor, or making it all the way home. And then the next morning, we got to be on the road Saturday morning at 6 a.m. So I might get a hotel and have her just meet me and leave the bike at a PD and jump in the car with her to go down to Southern Oregon. And we might take a couple days and go down to San Francisco and stuff with the kids. So.
Sweet. For the rest of us, the trip planned is
to Caldwell.
Idaho. So straight from Jackson, Wyoming, to Caldwell, which is about 392. So a shorter day for us. Still a long day on a motorcycle, but shorter for us. About 6 hours is calculated at.
Yep.
And then up in Caldwell, Idaho. How'd you pick Caldwell? Just because it's a good point?
The problem is along the freeway in Boise's a little bit offset from the freeway. So if you wanted to stay downtown, I just figured we could get past the main population. So the next morning it's Saturday morning, I guess you wouldn't have to mess with it. But dealing with a bunch of traffic, I figured we just get through town, stay on the other side.
So we're heading out of, I like that. We're heading out of there, Jackson, of course, and we're hitting, it looks like, I'm just looking at it for the first time here, Robbie. I-80 is what it is. Yeah, I-80.
Yeah, that's going to be the one we talked about earlier, the split.
Yes, because I see why it's split, because, so what Robbie did here is it's a circle.
No, you're in the wrong area.
We went down here.
No, we already did all that. That's Fort Collins. You're up there. That's where we're at.
Right, that's why I'm just looking.
Oh, okay.
Because I was seeing because that day we're going to ride out of here all the way up to Idaho, right?
No, that right there is Jackson Hole. Where your cursor's at. That's what I'm saying. You're a day behind.
Oh, I got you.
So we're going to come out of that one that's at the top of your screen.
Right
that's
here.
Jackson Hole.
I'm sorry, my bad.
Yep. And then we're going to come, and then that's where that Y was we talked about the first day.
I see.
And then we'll get back on 84.
So let's look at this. So yeah, a little bit of a mountain range here, John.
Just zoom in on that first 10 miles. Zoom in just
right here
at the border. Yep, zoom in right there. That doesn't do it justice, I'll tell you right now, John.
Oh,
really?
You're going to be pulling a hill with a Woody.
Oh.
Oh yeah, fuck, it's out of control.
So we're looking at highway, what's it called? It's called Teton Pass Highway.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
22 is what it's called, and it's windy, and it goes through the mountain range, John.
And I bet you gain 3,000 feet of elevation in
look at that
10 miles.
Really?
Yeah, it's
one of those. That. Yeah, I guess you're right. You're right. You're right. I think
we pulled over and stopped and took pictures back the behind us because it was so nice.
You're right. Absolutely did. Yep. And then we get up and something.
Then you wind down into a town.
Yeah. Then you're doesn't look like to you, John. Then we're heading up. You probably meet it, and then you're dropped back down into Swan Valley.
Yep.
It looks like.
Swan Valley. Exactly right.
Up 26.
And then and then I think that's Twin Falls or something there.
Idaho Falls.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then into Caldwell, huh?
Yep. Caldwell's just on the western side of Boise. Napa.
Is this it?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Caldwell right there. Very cool. We've been through Caldwell too.
Yeah, we stayed in Boise that last time by the airport.
That's right.
And then we rode downtown to, that's where we saw the Johnny Cash tribute band.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Sweet. That's a great little last day. Getting some riding like that is cool, huh? Because we're not just throttling down.
No,
we're it's a good ride.
Well, the first half of the day you aren't. The other, and this is the other. Now, hang on. Here's the other possible detour where we can decide that day. Right there, leave it where you're at. Zoom in one click. Scroll to your right. Other way. Okay. Right there in the middle, Craters of the Moon. Remember we went by that last time?
Yes.
And that was boring road, but it was kind of cool for that 20 miles you were at the Craters of the Moon. So we can, Jeff and I have talked about this, we can detour and see that if you guys want.
So we could detour off 26 here.
Well, it'd probably be up right out of Idaho Falls. Probably.
Oh, gotcha. Up here farther. Yeah.
Probably that little, 30? That jumper?
Yeah, I'm looking.
It goes through the pink.
The pink.
Actually,
right, just below
20.
Just below your mouse. There's like a hat right there.
Yeah, right.
Take that across, and then, yep.
I got you. Idaho Falls 20 across 26. Yep, Butte City.
Yep.
And then, Craters of the Moon was freaking pretty cool. Jeff wasn't happy with you.
Lurch.
Lurch
Jeff wasn't there yet.
That's right. Lurch wasn't happy because you didn't stop for pictures. Have you been through there, John? Were you with us that?
No, I was not.
It's weird. It's it looks like if we can do it, it's cool. It looks like you're driving on Mars. It's like the moon, and it's all these just fields of like what I remember, Robbie, is like these bubble
like
rocks.
lava rock.
Yeah, like bubble rocks, and it's the most interesting geological type place, and it's just for miles and miles, and you really feel like you're riding on Mars. You're like, this is not on Earth. You know what I mean? You're like, this is not on Earth. This is something that you see in space movies and stuff. It's weird. It's cool.
And I don't know how in the hell they cut that road through there.
Right.
I mean, you want to talk about some major construction to get that,
just some
get it flattened out and shit.
Really?
Blasting. They must have dynamite blasted, and it's cool. So we'll see. We'll see what you guys feel like.
And that might be a day where I take off and just catch up with you guys later. I mean, see you guys later, because I'm going to be going 700 miles probably. So you guys could always do that. I might just be freewaying it and rocking and rolling. So
okay, well, we'll play it by ear, and then it looks like June 24th, or we'll be home sometime in late June. Yeah, so there you go. That gives you an idea of the trip. So and then we'll just motor home from Caldwell to home, which is about 5 hours. That
won't
331.
Be
no,
that's all freeway there. So
yep, just motor down, get back home. Yep. Sweet. What else? John, anything else you want to ask about Robbie while you got him here on the hot seat about the trip and his planning or lack of planning?
Lack of, probably.
No, nothing comes to mind. I'm stoked. I'm really, really excited about this. In fact, looking at these roads on the map there, I hope that some of our listeners all of our listeners are able to follow along. If they're not able to follow along on a map, if they can use a map, follow along on what roads we're talking about. Because I'm telling you what, I'm very, very excited. In fact, I want to leave right now just looking at these roads.
I am stoked, dude. I look so much forward to every trip we do. I mean, all our rides that we do as a club, and just all the friends of Law Abiding Biker Media, But I really do look forward to these big trips. And we cut it down this year. Usually we do 7 at least, right?
Well, I've gotten a couple of the guys saying, hey, I might meet up a part of it or whatever, but I haven't got anybody concrete. So I don't know what's going on.
And I can't remember. Lurch can't go, and I can't remember why. I can't remember.
Him and his wife have a big trip planned. I can't remember where, but they're going somewhere big.
Okay.
Chewy's got to take the family on a trip. The wife said, you've gone with the guys the last 3 years. It's time to...
I'm still taking the family on a trip this year. But that's aside from my motorcycle trip. That's me time. That's me time, John.
It's
on my shrink for 5 days, my motorcycle. Yep.
There you go.
That's how I do. Right?
That's what I do.
You feel so refreshed after a trip, don't you? You're just like,
don't you? I
can come back to work and not be like short. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, you're like, that's me time. That's sweet. All right, guys. So there you go. Again, if you want to hit us up, if you're a patroner, that sounds, again, they're miscellaneous at mid-June, late June is when we're doing it. So just get a hold of us if it's something like, hey, maybe I could work something out, or you want to. We're not going to do any huge, like Sturgis last year patron event, because it's kind of throw together. So if we do meet you, it's going to be, maybe you ride with us for the day, or we meet up and have a beer. It's going to be low key. Last year was a big deal, Sturgis, because we had a place locked down. This is we're kind of going to ad lib this. So we can't do as big event and barbecue and everything like we did, but we certainly could meet and have a beer and exchange stories and get to know you.
Right.
John loves that. John, last year at Sturgis, man, the patrons loved John because he's a very personable guy.
And I love the patrons.
He does.
Those great guys. And it's so nice to meet the guys, all of them.
Yeah, it was.
A great time.
And John had a good time with them, and we all did. It was just a wonderful time. But we'll do this a little lower key. So with that said, you got anything else about the trip? Otherwise, we're going to start winding this down, but I just a couple questions for John. Robbie, anything? I'm going to close Ride Planner out.
I don't think so. I think we're good to go.
And so if the Patrons are interested in contacting us, they would do that through admin at lawabidingbiker.com.
Look at that, dude. He's like an old pro over here.
Right. I've had a couple ask how to
Is this the chat? Is this the live chat?
I had one contact us ask how to contact us, and then I had another one missed one of our destinations. I think they logged in late or something. So anyway, I give them a quick rundown of the stops. So.
Okay. Cool. And of course, guys that are live on Blab, again, guys, get hooked up with the live experience, lawabidingbiker.com/live, because we're chatting with these guys right in here. But this will come out in podcast format it will be out very, very soon for all you listening live in the very first part of June, because we're going on the trip in latter part of June. So Don't worry about it. All the information will be there for you.
We do have one from Michigan who's interested in riding out and meeting up with us.
Oh, very cool.
So that'd be awesome.
He's on there. Thanks for monitoring that, Rob. I really appreciate. Oh, I see. Is that KML 870?
I believe so.
Yeah. I'm just throwing that out there. Thanks for you guys being in the chat. So there's our trip, guys. And of course, I'm going to try to document it and do a documentary video film, as much as we can, and then throw that together at some point. And then we'll do a podcast, of course, after we come back.
Always. With
some stories and my experiences of now where we're going. And I've never been to some of those. And I'll give you my experience and any kind of debacles. Because we tend to have debacles.
There's always something.
There's always a debacle of some sort.
Right.
But there might not be as many debacles because it's only 4 of us, but I'm sure there'll still be debacles.
And then we'll, if you get a video put together, we'll have that put out. And
yes. And hopefully my GoPro won't get stolen.
Really looking forward to the video. Like my mom, she doesn't, she'd watch something like that, see, because I always tell her, hey, I'm going on a trip or whatever. She'd love something like that. So
yeah, very cool. Well, that makes it worth the time that I have to put into that. So good. So we're going to wind it down here, but we do have a very special guest, of course. We've got John here. And so while John's in here, I don't know. Yeah, he's wave to the Blab community. John's first time in the studio. John, congratulations. Just got patched in full member a bit ago into the Sworn Few LEMC. And so he is our newest member of the Mother chapter based out here of good old Cracoma, Washington area. And so congrats, John.
Well, thank you.
Very cool. Very cool. John I just want to ask you a few questions and you're welcome back. He's obviously he sees the group me's when I shout out for podcasts and people that want a podcast. Because I'm always looking for, up to 2. And so that you're always welcome to chime in and go, I'm available. Right. Now the process. I'll send you show notes, a multitude of topics, but all the guys sign up. That's how it's done. So if you ever want to, you're on the list and you're more than welcome to come up here and we'd love to have you on a mic.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yep.
It's fun. It's been fun.
So I will ask you this. Why don't you this doesn't have to get deep because we are going to wind it down. And Robbie, if you have any questions, but we always ask new members. John was a little bit different than some of our members. We don't advertise our club. John knows that now. He knows all the bylaws and everything. That's part of the process. He prospected for us and all that. So we don't go out. We don't ever ask anybody if they want to be part of the club. We're very low pressure. I think you found that. We've talked to you about it or you ask questions. But John rode with us for years, and he rode with us, and we're full cut Sworn Few MC. But just really enjoyed riding with us. And I think he did. He must have, because he kept signing up to go.
Still around.
But he didn't, it took him quite a few years before he actually seriously thought about joining the Sworn Few MC. He was basically part of the club without a patch.
Summer trip last year.
Yes.
Was when he asked, I believe.
So yeah, why don't you, the audience is very curious about stuff like this. We get a lot of listens when we talk about this kind of stuff. So why don't you just tell from insight, I know I've talked to you in the past about what you were, if you were waiting or whether you were sketchy about whether you wanted to join or stuff like that, or what was going on, man. Just spit. Yeah, the floor is yours.
You bet. And I appreciate you asking. Not to get too deep, but my background, where I come from, I'm not a real clubby sort of guy. And it's not just riding clubs, but just I'm not a clubby sort of guy. And quite frankly,
you're a more tribe kind of guy.
Oh yeah,
he is the
Grandmaster. Just waiting.
He is the Grandmaster Dragon for the local Freemasons, or whatever in the hell they call him.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I do belong to an organization. I am a Freemason, and I happen to be the current worshipful master of our local lodge in Sunnyside. So, with that said, other than that, I'm really not a club sort of guy, and so, but I love riding motorcycles, and it was one of these things where I got invited to ride with you guys on a couple of little rides, and I'm like, man, this is awesome. I loved the camaraderie. You guys treated me so nice, not like an outsider, And you guys really do ride. You don't just talk about riding.
Mm-hmm. Important, yeah.
You bet. You walk the walk. And so, I kept riding with you guys, and you guys are very inclusive. And, you don't find that with every organization. Sure, they have, encourage people to join and whatnot. And you kind of get the feeling that it's about numbers and monetary things.
Oh, yeah.
But with the SFMC, it's about the relationships and the camaraderie. And that really stuck with me. And as I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, you know what? I want to be a part of this group, these guys. You know what? You guys are a great bunch of guys. Not only that, you guys are very honorable men. And that's important to me, that I associate and make myself associated with honorable men. And that really stuck with me. And so really, it took me a long time to ask, but the fact of it is, I didn't own an American-made motorcycle.
Right, the Virago.
I didn't even think of that. That's true.
Yep, it's true. Yeah.
And in fact, the Virago I technically do not own. It's
stolen.
It's stolen off the res. It's a res rider.
I love how he plays along, dude. That's awesome. A res rider.
You never seen me use a key on it, right?
I've seen you touch a couple wires together.
Touch a couple wires. Yeah.
John, I love it, man. I love how you play along with that. That's great, man. That's sweet.
Yeah,
touch a couple wires together.
Yeah. That's why it takes me a while to get the thing started, But, and that was one of the things, I technically I couldn't join because I did not own a motorcycle. And so although I rode that Yamaha a lot. And so when I bought the American-made motorcycle.
American-made V-twin.
American-made, America, and then and I'm like, you know what? I want to be a part of this. And so I asked. And I appreciate you guys making me a member of your organization. And, I've associated with different people, been around, got a few years on,
Just a few.
Yeah, just a few, renegade off the res. And so, and I've had the occasion to meet a lot of people like we all have over the years, and you guys, this group, are, just like I said, honorable. I've rode with you guys and very, very, it's not just work and it's not about work, but you guys don't act any different. It's not like where you act one way at work and then it's, everything's out the window when you're not at work. No, we have fun, but I have never seen any of the guys in the club do anything that they would be embarrassed or employer would be embarrassed about them doing. And so that means a lot to me. And I do. I appreciate being patched in.
That's nice. Well said.
I'll add a little bit to that. When he says we're honorable men, I've been here from the start. I helped you guys start the club. And
yes, sir.
We're up to however many members. But I can honestly say I've never heard another guy in the club go behind another guy's back and start talking shit about him.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Where sometimes you have that in some organizations. You might go up and say, oh yeah, Jake's a dipshit. The other day he fucking, you hit the kill switch on his bike going down the freeway, or something like that. Right. But you're not.
You mean?
Oh yeah, just razzing.
Everybody does do that, right?
Oh,
right. Yeah. Is that normal?
But nobody's out there saying, oh, this idiot, he, him and his wife are having problems, or
right.
There's no bullshit talk about people.
We are very open.
Yeah. So I enjoy that. There's been no drama since we've joined, really.
Yep.
So
it is nice. Yep. Everything's in the open. And you hit on a good point, and then we'll wrap it up. We walk the walk. We don't all of a sudden throw our vests on and act like outlaws. That's not what the club is about. Where we act the same whether that cut's on or off. It's really about the brotherhood. The cut is secondary. and the patch is right to solidify that, but we don't really act any different at all.
Right.
You know, and I think some clubs do. You know, and hopefully, you know, that will in time, you know, obviously even around here, we're pretty well off when it comes to that. We still have officers that have their heads up their butts and have been doing, you know, weird conference. But I think over time, people are like, actually, they're freaking just really good guys. They don't fit that mold that I thought was in my head, because we've never given them a thing to even balk at. We're actually pretty benign. When it, you know, we're not exciting. You know,
exactly.
we're just who we are, and we have fun, and we do things responsibly.
When was the last biker event in Yakima that we went to?
Correct.
We
That's
don't,
what I mean.
because there's a bunch of ding dongs.
We
there.
prefer to ride.
Yeah, there's some 3-piece. There's some 3-piece patch outlaw clubs here in town, and they go to those events and try to make a big showing. So we're like, I'm just gonna avoid it. You know? And don't need it.
And we're lucky around here because they wouldn't care, because they see us all the time, and it's just that, you know. But we don't want to be there.
Yeah.
We would rather be riding, right?
Exactly.
I would rather get on and motor. I don't want to sit around and eat hot dogs for 3 hours. Sorry, you know, with a bunch of I would get me on my bike and throttle down. I want to ride. I want to smell. I want to experience new country.
Exactly.
So that's the difference, I think. You know, I don't mind events. You know, Sturgis was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't. Instead of going down to meet and eat hot dogs and stand around hundreds of bikers, I'd rather just meet bikers here and there at different locations and throttle down.
Yeah.
I get it. Cool.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the studio, John? How did you feel the experience was?
I tell you what, this is, this is impressive. Everything's well set up. Buddy, the studio dog.
Where in the hell did he go?
Yeah.
Did he leave?
Buddy.
He probably went to grab a beer.
Probably.
Yeah, you need to train him on that. You need to get a lab or something. You need to get a dog that can open the fridge.
Dude.
Big enough to open the fridge.
I agree. How cool would that be,
The
dude?
beer weighs more than Buddy, I think.
And the last time I went down to the fridge, he started barking at me. I'm thinking, he's thinking that the Indian's stealing the beer. Stealing the beers.
Dude, if all my beer's gone in my fridge, dude, I'm checking your saddlebags. That's sweet. Well, let's take it out here. What do you think? Can we go out with the Indian chant?
Sure.
We usually go out with a different song. Would you be offended if we went out with the Indian chant?
I would not.
I don't think he has a choice at this point.
Well, I don't care if you're offended, because we're doing it. All right. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much. Don't take offense to the Indian jokes, please. We razz John, and we have plenty of people we work with that are of that type of heritage. So it's all in good fun, guys. But hey, call to action. What we do here, guys? You know what we should do is talk about affiliate links, guys. If you want to support us, that's right. Support us, Bikeaholics. We have a dedicated affiliate banner page. It's over at lawabidingbiker.com/banners, BANNERS. That's right. No additional cost to you, but we do get a small commission for each sale if you click through any of those and make a purchase. All the popular motorcycle stores are over there on that page, guys. Book it now in your web browser. Just call it Lab Banners or something like that. And you'll be good to go. You can just go to that page. If you're going to buy something anyways, might as well buy it through the banner, because, hey, we get a kickback. And, of course, just help support this platform. And we are going strong, the #1 listened to motorcycle podcast in the world, guys. That is no joke. Absolutely. It's off the hinges, man. And we've been working hard at it, though. We're here at 11 o'clock this morning, right, John? You guys got up. Robbie worked late. I didn't get in bed till 3 because I got home late. I pulled a 17-hour shift because of overtime yesterday, and we still made it happen. And yes, we're drinking beer, and it is past noon here. It's 12:30, so we're golden. But we did start drinking before
Golden
noon.
like a shower.
Golden
You were waiting for that, weren't you?
I was.
Nice, dude. All right. And don't forget, guys, Lab Podcast hotline phone number. John, what is it?
Area code 509-731-3548.
Leave us a voicemail. We may play it on an episode if it's content worthy, or leave us a voicemail from anywhere in the world, right from the microphone on your computer. That's right, for free. lawabidingbiker.com/voicemail. And how do they get into that free email club there, John? You're part of it.
Yeah. So free email club. And I'm drawing a great big blank.
lawabidingbiker.com/email
Email club.
club. There you go. Let's try that again. If they don't have any money to support us, we get it. Everybody's in a different financial situation. You can certainly leave us a rating.
Yep, on iTunes.
And how do they do that? Lawabidingbiker.com /see the /
iTunes / Stitcher Radio. And that's STITCHER.
Sweet
Radio.
guys.
Stitcher Radio.
Stitcher Radio. Peace out. Keep the rubber side down, shiny side up. We are out.
We're off like a prom dress.